Hey everyone, welcome to the Guiding You Forward podcast presented by Mountain America Credit Union. Today we're talking about credit cards, and thankfully Jade Beckman is here. Hi Jade.
Hey Kristalina, great to be with you.
Thank you so much for coming back.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about credit cards, but first, is it okay if I vent to you a little bit?
I hope you would.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
I hate getting the mail.
Why do you hate getting the mail?
Because the mailbox is all the way down the street, right? It's not like attached to my physical house, which I wish it was. And there's only two things that ever come in the mail besides around the holidays, right? I love getting Christmas cards. If any of you want to send me a Christmas card, let me know. I'll send you the address. I love getting them. In fact, last week, the mailman left one of those U.S. postal crates on our doorstep full of mail.
Because it was so full of cards for you?
Not of cards, just of,
Mail.
things. So I get bills, I get junk mail, ads, random stuff like that.
Right.
The third thing I get, credit card offers.
Credit card offers.
A lot of them, all the time. So is that really the best way? If I'm just looking for a new credit card, do I just take one of those offers out of the mail and say, this must be the best thing they're mailing me?
Pick a card, any card.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Well, if you're getting all of those, Kristalina, it must mean that you are doing good things with your credit because they're willing to reach out to you. So there's some good news there, right? You should take a little bit of solace that you're taking care of your credit. So
it's probably my husband, not me. But
I don't think so. But I think there's a lot of things, and you're right. There are a lot of different credit cards out there, and they all kind of tout different things, right?
Yeah.
And what's the right card for me? How do I even pick one, right?
yeah.
Well, I think, Kristalina, you can kind of divide credit cards broadly into maybe 3 different categories.
Okay.
Okay. I think there are cards that have a low interest rate. That if you want kind of a no frills card, I need a card to make some big purchases and pay off over time, so interest rate's going to be a consideration. I probably want to be looking at the lowest interest rate card out there.
Okay.
Second category is a lot of credit cards will offer some type of rewards program.
Yes.
Right? Do you see those in that box of mail?
Absolutely. Yeah. And some of them have really thick, awesome feeling paper.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Get you to open it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So there's the second category is rewards cards. They give you something for using the card.
Yeah.
Right. And that can be a huge array of different things, and we'll talk about some of those more in detail. And then there's maybe a category of cards that gives you cash back for using it.
Yes.
Right. So I'd say it's probably one of those 3. If we can kind of group them all together, it's one of those 3 categories of cards. So really it's what's important to me and what's going to fit your lifestyle the best, and what are you looking to get out of the card. That's how I would look at it first.
Okay. I love that. So, you mentioned low rate card if I'm making big purchases and it's going to take me a while to pay off.
Right.
Okay. At what point do I choose between cashback and rewards, or is cashback a reward? How does that look?
That's a great point too, and you almost could say cashback is a reward. So maybe we can crunch it only to 2 categories. But I think when you're looking at that cashback versus rewards, or getting something for using the card, I think what you need to look at is, well, what are those rewards first of all? Some of them are travel exclusive, right? If I'm somebody that travels a lot, well, then a travel card, or I'm loyal to a certain airline or a certain hotel chain, that would be something that I would use, and that might be intriguing to me.
Yeah.
Right. Or maybe I want to have a lot of flexibility, and so maybe a card that has lots of different things. Maybe I can redeem it for gift cards. Maybe I can redeem it for VIP backstage concert experiences, all sorts of a whole plethora of types of rewards. Maybe I like that flexibility.
Cool.
Or, maybe it's just I want money deposited into my account on a regular basis. Just give me the cash and I'll figure out what to do with it. So I think it's more aligning just broadly what appeals to me the most and what am I going to get the most use out of.
Okay.
Then we can talk about the rewards themselves and how many points how many dollars earn a point and things like that.
Right. So I love that. So cashback, rewards, or low rate cards, right?
Right.
That's what we're looking at. Going back to how you said I'm getting so much of these credit card offers in the mail because of my credit.
Right.
How does our credit score actually affect our rate, or why would that be the case?
Yeah, well, your credit score affects a lot of different things, right? So I might break it down into a couple of different steps. The first thing is, are you going to get approved for a credit card? Right. So if I'm going to apply for a credit card, I want to know that my score is in good shape before I do that. Now, the fact that you're getting them proactively means that credit card companies are pre-screening, and they're saying, give me people who meet this type of credit profile. So they're not going to send it to you unless you qualify. So your credit score is high enough, or at least meets the criteria that they are looking for, and that's why they're sending those offers to you.
Okay.
So that kind of goes all within that approval section, getting approved for a card and getting approved for the limit that you need.
Okay. So let's say I have horrid credit.
Okay.
What do I do? Is a credit card even in the cards for me? Would I ever get approved for one?
Sure. It's the limit may be smaller, for example. That's, maybe a lower, say, I don't know, a $500 credit or credit limit or something like that, as compared to, you're probably not going to get a $50,000 limit with terrible credit, but you may get a lower credit limit. And there are also ways, and this is actually a good way to help build your credit as well, is getting a secured card. So I may have a $500 limit, but I have to put up that $500 that they hold basically as collateral, right, for my credit limit. That's a way that you can always get a credit card also, is doing a secured card. That actually, I said that helps your credit, because now as you're paying that's going to help your credit score improve. So now maybe your next step, you don't have to be secured, and maybe your next step, you can get higher limits and start stepping those up.
Okay, awesome. Now, I've heard a lot of different things about credit cards and how much you should use them and how much you shouldn't. Should we use them for everyday spending? Should we not? What are your thoughts?
Well, you're right. There's a lot of different strategies on that. Going back to those categories, right, that we talked about at the beginning, if I'm really looking to maximize my rewards, using a credit card for your everyday spending is a very good strategy to pursue. One thing that I would caution about is, a lot of times we can say, hey, look at all these reward points I'm going to get. I'm going to start spending money like crazy on this credit card. Yeah, that's usually where you get yourself in trouble. I think the idea is to not spend to earn, but earn for your spending that you already have planned.
I love that.
And already budgeted for. Maybe a way to think about it, Kristalina, is think of it like a debit card, right? If I'm using a debit card, I'm going to my checking account. I know there's a finite amount of money in there, but use your credit card, but think of it like a debit card.
Oh, okay. I love that. So I'm thinking of, okay, I know in my checking I've got $50. Can't buy the $75 item on my credit card. Okay.
Right. Just like you would with your debit card. Now, as you're doing that, we talk a lot about some of those fundamental things, just about budgeting and being on top of your cash inflow and outflow. All those things still apply and are still important. So if I'm going to spend that $50 anyway, I've already got it budgeted, put it on my credit card, earn some reward points, and now I'm getting something for that spending.
And it doesn't come out of my account right away, right?
That's right.
So
It does, and that's another great feature that you bring up, is that credit cards, typically, almost every credit card I know of has a grace period. So if you pay the whole thing back, pay that whole balance back within 25 days typically, then you don't pay any interest either. So you've kind of had the best of both worlds. I haven't overspent, I've controlled my spending, I've got rewards for it, and I've paid zero interest.
So you've basically just told us how to utilize a credit card to earn extra income. Would you even, probably not go that far, but we're getting free stuff.
Free stuff. Yeah, free stuff. That's a good way to put it, Kristalina. I don't know if I would say it's income, but it's free stuff.
Okay.
These are things that I'm going to buy anyway. I'm going to the grocery store anyway.
Yeah.
right? I'm going to pay my kids' ballet lessons. I'm doing those things anyway. I've already got those budgeted. Put it on the credit card, pay it off with the money that's already in my checking account. I pay 0 interest, and now I've got free stuff. Or I'm going to Hawaii next year, or whatever the case is.
Hawaii sounds so amazing right now.
Yes, it does.
Let's not even talk about it.